Greetings, travelers, and now for a brief introduction. It's been a while, I'm aware, but I'm trying. There's a project I wanted to cover a while ago, and it got away from me as things are wont to do. But a friend of mine named Rick Paulas wrote a book, The Palmer Hotel. It's a sort of compilation amalgamation of a haunted property and the various goings on inside, and as such, I wanted to read it for you, just like when I used to do Ambrose Bierce stories. Just so you're aware, I'll be making a donation to charities of Rick's choice. That will be down in the description, with the links for you to make donations as well. With that out of the way, I introduce to you The Palmer Hotel. The Palmer Hotel by Rick Paulas. This book was written in Brooklyn, New York, much of it in the back courtyard of Lady J's on Grand Avenue between March 1st, 2020 and October 31st, 2020. Human remains discovered after historic hotel razed by Michael Jervis, special to the Chronicle. Downtown, November 1st, 2020. When the dust cleared after Saturday's demolition of the 122-year-old Palmer Hotel, workers predicted that they would find wood, concrete, and rebar. What they didn't expect to discover were human bones. Old buildings have secrets, says Jamal Wright, foreman for TK&C Demolition, the company commissioned for the project, but not usually like these. During the cleanup that followed the successful demolition of the two buildings, the older 12-story southern wing and the more modern 10-story northern wing, workers made the grisly discovery. We've seen human remains and other things that people might have hidden away decades ago, Wright says, but skeletons are a new one. While medical examiners are still sifting through the wreckage, which has now been declared a crime scene and cordoned off by police, early estimates put the number of bones or bone fragments in the thousands. It's upsetting this was discovered only after the demolition, says Dr. Gray Franklin, professor of archaeology at nearby Tech University. It's impossible to know which floor or which room this cache of remains came from. As of publication, there have not been any positive identifications, but Dr. Franklin said they appear to be from, quote, a wide range of years. The Palmer Hotel dates back to 1898, when local entrepreneur Jonathan Palmer was rumored to have won the building then known as the Winthrop and set near the downtown crossroads in a poker bet. The 4-story hotel soon became a top destination for tourists and investors seeking opportunity in the burgeoning city. The space was profitable enough that in 1910, Palmer added 8 more floors, and then in 1929, an entire second 10-story tower on an adjacent plot of land. In its prime, the Palmer's Grand Ballroom played host to congressional banquets and proms, while in the 1950s and 60s, it became a hotspot for celebrity spotting. Cary Grant and James Dean were once guests. As investment departed downtown for the suburbs in the 70s and 80s, the hotel saw a drop-off in its clientele and the glitz and glamour fell away. Ownership stayed within the family for nearly a century, from Jonathan Palmer to his son Jack in 1953, to Jack's daughter Jacqueline in 1965, to Jacqueline's son Joseph in 1985. In 1994, Joseph sold the buildings to the investment group Latham Incorporated, who initially kept running it as a hotel. It was a fun, weird place, says Connie Harley, a former desk clerk. An old building like that had plenty of creaks in the night and plenty of creeps, too. It was also the site of a particularly ghastly homecoming. On October 31st, 2008, former owner Joseph Palmer returned as a guest, checked into a 10th-story room in the South Tower, and fell out of the window to his death in the courtyard. Tragically, his body struck and killed another guest on the ground. In late 2008, Latham Incorporated announced the hotel would be converted into condominiums, but that year's economic turmoil halted those plans mid-renovation. The hotel remained vacant until New Year's Day 2013, when the conglomerate secured financing to convert the building into luxury apartments to be rented under a new moniker, the Palmer Arms. Tenants began moving in, but the high price tag continuously kept the occupancy rate low. In late 2019, an unusual seismic event shifted the buildings off their bases, and subsequent inspections by the city found them structurally compromised and uninhabitable. Residents were given a 1-week notice to vacate, and after months of closed-door debates, the company ultimately decided to raze the historic buildings, citing cost concerns. A last-minute effort by an advocacy group It remains unclear how Latham Incorporated will use the land.